The galaxy was quiet, almost too quiet. For years, the planets lived in peace, ruled by the Galaxy Council. Everyone trusted the Council to keep order and safety. But today felt different. In a small spaceship drifting near the starry edge of the Lyra system, Captain Aaron checked the control panel again and again. His hands shook slightly. His crew noticed. "Captain, is everything okay?" asked Mira, his second in command, her voice calm but curious. Aaron took a deep breath. "I don't know, Mira. The Council sent us a message this morning. Just one word. Run. No explanation, no warning, just that." Mira frowned. "Run? That doesn't make sense. The Council never gives orders like that. What could be so urgent?" Aaron shook his head. "I've been trying to find out, but the communication channels are all jammed. It's like they don't want anyone to hear." Outside the ship, the stars twinkled peacefully. But inside, fear grew like a shadow. Suddenly, the ship's screen flickered, and a hologram appeared. It was a young woman in a simple blue uniform, a messenger from the Council. "Captain Aaron," she said hurriedly, "you need to leave the Lyra system now. The Council has been compromised. Forces loyal to an unknown enemy have taken control. They want to capture or kill all those who resist." Aaron's eyes narrowed. "Compromised? Who is this enemy? Why didn't the Council tell us sooner?" The woman shook her head. "I don't know. The Council is in chaos. Some members are loyal, others have turned. Trust no one outside your crew." Before Aaron could ask more, the hologram disappeared. Mira looked at Aaron. "We have to move fast." Aaron nodded. "Prepare for immediate jump to the nearest safe planet. We can't stay here." The engines hummed as the ship surged forward, but something was wrong. Alarms blared suddenly. "Incoming ships!" shouted the pilot. "Enemy fighters are approaching fast." Aaron's heart pounded. "They found us already." Outside the window, dark ships appeared, their shapes sharp and menacing. "Hold steady," Aaron ordered. "Mira, ready the defenses." Laser beams flashed as the enemy fired. The crew scrambled, shields glowing bright, but the enemy was strong fast. "Captain, we're taking heavy damage," Mira shouted. Aaron gritted his teeth. "Don't give up. Keep fighting." Just as the enemy closed in, the ship's engines roared louder. "Jump drive is ready." "Call the engineer." "Do it." Aaron shouted. In a flash of light, the ship disappeared from the battlefield and reappeared near a small green planet. Everyone sighed in relief. Aaron looked around the room. "We're safe for now, but this is only the beginning." Mira sat down, exhausted. Why would the Council turn on its own people? Aaron stared at the stars. "That's the question we have to answer." Suddenly, a crackling sound came from the radio. "Captain Aaron, this is Council Member Cora. We don't have much time. The Council is split. Some want peace. Others want control through fear. You must find the hidden chamber on planet Viridian. There, the truth waits." Aaron's eyes widened. "Viridian? That's a dangerous place. Why there?" Cora's voice grew faint. "Because the answers are there. And if we don't act fast, the galaxy will fall into darkness." The radio went silent. Aaron turned to his crew. "We have a mission now. Not just to survive, but to find the truth. To save the galaxy." Mira smiled weakly. "Then we run toward danger, not away from it." Aaron nodded. "Yes, one command, one word. Run." The calm before the storm was over. The ship drifted closer to the small planet Viridian, a world covered with dense forests and deep valleys. Captain Aaron stood at the window, watching the green land slowly grow larger on the screen. "We don't know what's waiting for us there," Mira said quietly, her eyes full of worry. "This place has a bad reputation. Many explorers never came back." Aaron nodded. "But we have no choice. Council Member Cora said the truth is hidden there. If we want to stop this chaos, we must find it. The crew prepared to land. As the ship touched down softly on the planet's surface, the silence felt heavy. No birds chirped, no wind blew. It was too quiet. Aaron turned to his team. Stay alert. We don't know who might be watching. They moved out into the forest, the tall trees casting long shadows. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth. Every step felt like walking into danger. Suddenly, Mira stopped. Look, she pointed at a broken communication device lying among the roots. Someone else was here recently. Aaron picked it up carefully. Could be a warning or a trap. The group continued, deeper into the forest. Hours passed and tension grew. Then a low rumble shook the ground. What was that? Whispered one crew member. Before anyone could answer, a squad of armed soldiers appeared from the trees. Their uniforms were dark, with the emblem of the Galaxy Council, but their eyes were cold and hard. Drop your weapons. Their leader shouted. Rin raised his hands. We mean no harm. We are looking for answers about the Council. The soldiers sneered. You're under arrest for treason. The Council doesn't tolerate traitors. Mira stepped forward. We are not traitors. We want to save the Council from those who are corrupt. The leader laughed bitterly. You don't understand. The Council is corrupt. And we are the New Order. Aaron felt a chill run down his spine. New Order? You're the enemy we heard about. The soldiers raised their weapons. The crew had no choice but to run. Bullets flew through the trees. Leaves flying everywhere. Split up. Aaron shouted. Meet back at the ship. The crew scattered in different directions. Aaron ran fast, dodging behind trees. But suddenly, a hand grabbed his shoulder. He spun around. It was Cora, the council member who had warned them. Cora. Aaron gasped. How did you find me? I followed you, she said. I want to help. Before Aaron could respond, soldiers appeared again. Cora grabbed his hand. Come with me. They ran through a narrow path and reached a hidden cave. Inside it was dark and cold, but safe. Cora lit a small lamp. This is where the council hides its secrets, she said. The hidden chamber is beneath this cave. Aaron looked around. How do we find it? Cora handed him a small device. This will guide us, but it's risky. The chamber is protected by traps. Aaron took the device. We have to try. Together, they walked deeper into the cave. The air grew colder, and strange noises echoed. Suddenly, a floor panel opened beneath them. Aaron jumped back just in time. Careful, Cora warned. The chamber is full of traps designed to keep out intruders. After several close calls, they finally reached a heavy metal door. Aaron placed the device on a panel next to the door. It beeped, and the door slowly opened, revealing a large room filled with data screens and files. Here it is, Cora said softly. The truth. Aaron stepped inside and scanned the files. He gasped. The council was taken over by a secret group, planning to control the entire galaxy using fear and lies. Cora nodded. They have spies everywhere. That's why the council sent the Run command, to protect those who knew the truth. But if they control the council, Aaron asked, how can we stop them? Cora's face grew serious. We must find proof and show it to the galaxy. Only then can we bring back peace. Suddenly, the chamber's alarm started blaring. They found us, Cora said urgently. We need to leave now. Aaron grabbed the data drives. Let's go. They raced out of the chamber just as soldiers stormed into the cave. Outside, the forest seemed alive with danger. Back at the ship, the crew reunited, breathless but determined. We have the proof, Aaron said. Now we fight for the truth, for the galaxy. Mira smiled, despite the fear. One step at a time, Captain. The calm was gone. The real battle had begun. The ship was quiet as it left the green planet behind. Captain Aaron sat at the control panel, holding the data drives tightly. Mira stood beside him, her face serious but hopeful. "We have what we need," Aaron said. "Now we must find a way to expose the truth." "But how?" Mira asked. "The council controls all the major stations. They won't listen to us." Aaron rubbed his chin thoughtfully. "There is one place left, the Outer Freedom Alliance. They are outside the council's control and might help us broadcast the truth." Before they could plan further, the ship's sensors beeped loudly. Multiple unknown ships approaching fast. The pilot warned. Aaron's heart sank. "They found us again." "Enemy fighters," Mira said grimly. "We must prepare. To fight or hide." The crew hurried to their stations as the enemy ships closed in. Suddenly, the ship's main screen lit up with a message from a voice they all knew: Council Member Dallin. Once a respected leader, now feared as a traitor. Captain Aaron. Dallin's voice echoed coldly. "You cannot stop what has begun. Surrender now, and you may live." Aaron's jaw tightened. "We will never surrender." "The galaxy deserves the truth," Dallin sneered. "You're a fool. The Council's new order will rule all. Resistance is useless." Without warning, the enemy ships fired, and the crew scrambled to defend the ship. Lasers blazed through space, the ship shaking with every hit. Shields at 50%. The engineer shouted. Arin barked orders. "Return fire." "Evasive maneuvers now." Mira's hands flew over the controls. "They're too many." Suddenly, a flash of light appeared, and a massive cruiser blocked the enemy ships. It was a ship. From the Outer Freedom Alliance. "This is Commander Lyra," a firm voice came over the comms. "We've been watching you." "You're not alone." Relief washed over the crew. Aaron smiled. "Thank you, Commander. We need your help to expose the Council." Lyra's voice was steady. "Bring the data drives to our base on Titan Prime. We will help." The battle slowed as enemy ships retreated, unable to face the combined force. Later, at the Titan Prime base, Aaron met Lyra face to face. She was a tall woman with sharp eyes that seemed to miss nothing. "The Council is stronger than we thought," Lyra said. "But your data can change everything." Aaron nodded. "The galaxy needs to know about the secret group controlling the Council." Lyra led Aaron and Mira to a secure room filled with communication equipment. "We'll send a broadcast to every planet," she explained. "But first, we need to verify the data and protect this base from attack." As technicians worked, Aaron and Mira talked quietly. "Do you trust Lyra?" Mira asked. Arin hesitated. "I want to. But trust is hard now. We don't know if there are spies everywhere." Suddenly, the base's alarms screamed, "Incoming fleet." A guard shouted, "The Council's forces have found us." Lyra's eyes flashed. "Prepare defenses. This will not be easy." The battle outside raged. Explosions shook the base, and the crew fought fiercely. Amid the chaos, Aaron noticed someone moving suspiciously near the data room. "Stop!" he shouted, rushing forward. It was a technician, but he held a hidden weapon. "I'm sorry," the Coda man said. "I was ordered to steal the data." Aaron struggled with him until the man dropped the weapon. "Why?" Aaron asked. "Because the Council promised power and safety," the man whispered. "But I made a mistake." Aaron looked into the man's eyes. "You can help us instead. Help us save the galaxy." The man nodded slowly. With the traitor caught, the team secured the data and finished the broadcast preparations. Finally, the moment came. The screens across the galaxy lit up with the truth secret. Files showing the Council's corruption and the enemy's plan to control all planets. Planets stopped. Citizens listened. The truth was out, but the battle was far from over. Lyra turned to Aaron. "This is just the beginning. The Council will fight back." Aaron clenched his fists. "Then we fight harder." Mira smiled with fierce hope for the galaxy's future. As the broadcast ended, the stars outside seemed brighter, as if the galaxy itself was holding its breath. The broadcast had shaken the galaxy. Across countless planets, people whispered the truth about the Council's secret plans. But inside the secure walls of Titan Prime, the calm was only temporary. "More ships are coming," the radar operator announced, his face pale. "Council loyalists won't give up so easily." Aaron stood at the command center, staring at the glowing map filled with red dots, enemy vessels surrounding the base. "We knew this would happen," Mira said, gripping the edge of the console. "We have to move before they break through." Aaron's voice was steady. "Prepare the evacuation ships. We cannot let this data fall back into their hands." Suddenly, the doors slid open, and a messenger hurried in, breathless. "Captain Aaron, a scout ship found something on the edge of the system, a signal from a hidden facility." Aaron's eyes narrowed. "A hidden facility? Could it be another secret base? It matches the coordinates from the data files. The enemy might be building something dangerous there." Lyra leaned forward. "We can't ignore this. If they have a weapon, we must stop it." Aaron nodded. "Gather a strike team. We leave immediately." As they boarded a small attack ship, tension filled the air. The stars streaked by as they jumped into hyperspace. The ship dropped out near a dark planet cloaked in thick clouds. The surface was scarred with craters and ruins. "Looks abandoned," Mira said, scanning the area. Suddenly, an alarm blared. "Incoming fighters!" The pilot yelled. Enemy ships appeared from behind the clouds, blocking their escape. Aaron took a deep breath. "Brace for battle." Lasers cut through the sky, the ship twisting to dodge fire. Mira fired back, hitting one of the enemy ships. "We need to land," Aaron ordered. "The facility is on the surface." The ship descended quickly, crashing through the clouds to a clearing near a massive structure hidden beneath the rocks. "Stay close," Aaron whispered as they exited. Inside, the halls were dark and cold. The air smelled like metal and old machines. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the corridor. "You shouldn't have come." From the shadows stepped a tall figure wearing the Council's uniform, Commander Dallin. Aaron's heart pounded. "Dallin, you lied to us." Dallin smiled cruelly. "I told you the truth. The Council must be strong. Sometimes fear is necessary." Mira stepped forward. "You betrayed your own people," Dallin laughed. "I did what was needed to control the galaxy." Before they could react, guards appeared, surrounding them. Aaron signaled, "Fight!" Blaster fire filled the halls as the small team fought fiercely. Aaron pushed past guards to reach a control room. He found a console connected to a large weapon, the planet's core power source. "This is it," Aaron said. "They're building a weapon that can destroy entire worlds." Mira joined him. "We must shut it down." As they worked to disable the device, Dallin appeared again, blocking their path. "You can't stop the new order," he said coldly. Aaron stared him down. "We can and we will." Suddenly, an explosion rocked the facility. The ceiling cracked, and rocks fell. "We don't have much time," Mira shouted. They finished disabling the weapon and raced back to their ship. Outside, more enemy ships waited. The team fired as they took off, dodging laser blasts. Once safely in space, Aaron looked at the damaged planet below. "We stopped them this time, but the war is far from over." Lyra's voice came over the comms. "The Council will fight harder. We must be ready." Aaron clenched his fists. "We will be. For the galaxy's future, we fight on." The stars stretched ahead, a path full of danger, but also hope. The fleet from Titan Prime regrouped in deep space, far from the chaos of the Council's forces. Captain Aaron stood on the bridge, the weight of their mission pressing heavy on his shoulders. "We stopped the weapon on that planet," he said quietly, "but the Council's reach is bigger than we thought. They're tightening control everywhere." Mira joined him, her eyes tired but fierce. "They won't stop until they crush every resistance." Suddenly, the communications officer looked up. "Captain, An encrypted message is coming in from an unknown source. Aaron gestured to open it. On the screen, a calm voice appeared. It was an old friend, Commander Zane, thought lost during the early council purge. Aaron, Zane said, if you can hear this, I'm alive. The council betrayed me too. I have information about their new plan, but I'm trapped on the prison. Moon Carax. Aaron's heart raced. Carax? That's a death sentence. No one escapes from there. Zane smiled faintly. That's why I need your help. There's a weakness in their system. I can send you the coordinates if you can come rescue me. Mira looked at Aaron. This could change everything. Aaron nodded. Prepare the rescue mission. We leave now. The crew worked fast. As they approached Carax, the prison moon looked. Bleak dark craters and heavy security satellites. We'll have to be smart, Aaron said. No full battle. Stealth is our best chance. Under the cover of darkness, the team landed near the prison's outer wall. They moved quietly, avoiding. Patrols dot inside. The prison was cold and cruel. Cells lined long corridors. Prisoners whispering tales of torture and hope. We're looking for Zane. Aaron whispered to Mira. Suddenly, guards appeared ahead. Hide! Aaron ordered. They pressed against the wall, holding their breath. Guards passed. Unaware. At last, they reached the cell marked 47. Commander Zane? Aaron called softly. A figure stirred inside. It was Zane, thin but alive. Aaron, he said weakly, you came. We're getting you out, Aaron promised. But just as they opened the cell, alarms blared. Trap, Mira shouted. They knew we'd come. Guards flooded the corridor. We fight or we die here, Aaron said. Blaster fire echoed. The team fought fiercely, Zane surprising everyone with his sharp skills despite weakness. Follow me, Zane shouted, leading them through secret tunnels. Outside, the team's ship was under heavy fire. Aaron piloted through the chaos, blasting enemy fighters. We won't make it, the pilot said. Aaron's jaw set. We have to. With a burst of speed, the ship escaped Carax's gravity and jumped to safety. Back on the ship, Zane handed over data chips. This is the Council's final plan, he said grimly. They aim to control every mind in the galaxy using a hidden signal. Mira's eyes widened. Mind control? Aaron stared out at the stars. We must stop this before it begins. Zane nodded. The Council's new order is desperate, but we have their weakness. Aaron looked at his crew. Then our fight becomes not just for freedom, but for the very soul of the galaxy. The silence was heavy, but hope burned brighter than ever. The ship floated silently in space, far from the chaos of battle. Captain Aaron studied the data Zane had brought, his mind racing with the weight of what they faced. The Council's plan was worse than he had imagined, a hidden signal that could control the minds of every living being in the galaxy. We have to stop this signal, Aaron said quietly. If it spreads, no one will be free, Mira nodded. But the signal is broadcast from the core of the Council's capital. Getting there will be almost impossible. Zane's eyes burned with determination. I've studied their system. There's one weak point, a secret transmitter deep inside the city's central tower. We destroy that, and the signal ends. Aaron's voice was firm. Then that's our target. We'll need a small team for a covert mission. No alarms, no fights. Just in and out. The crew prepared in silence, each knowing the danger ahead. As they neared the Council capital, the city loomed large, shining towers and endless fleets circling like sharks. Aaron gathered the team. We land at the maintenance docks. From there, we move fast and quiet. The ship slipped into the shadows, landing in a hidden bay. The team moved through dark corridors, avoiding guards and security cameras. This way, Zane whispered, guiding them through maze-like passages. Suddenly, a soft beep came from Myra's device. Motion sensors ahead, she warned. We Need to slow down, Aaron nodded. Stay close. They pressed forward, hearts pounding. The central tower stood ahead, its lights glowing like a beacon. Just as they reached the elevator, a voice crackled over the coms. Intruders detected. Lockdown in effect, Mira cursed softly. We're trapped. Aaron's mind raced. We have to find another way up. They found a narrow service shaft and began climbing, the walls cold and damp. Halfway up, the shaft trembled. They're sealing it. Mira yelled. Aaron pushed harder, reaching a small hatch. They burst through onto a ledge overlooking the transmitter room. Inside, a massive machine hummed, sending waves of light across the city. That's the source, Zane said. We need to destroy it. As they moved closer, guards poured into the room. A fierce battle broke out. Cover me! Aaron shouted, placing explosives on the machine. Mira and Zane fought back the guards, each shot echoing with desperation. Explosives set. Aaron called, Get out now. They raced back through the tower, alarms blaring behind them. Outside, the city trembled as the machine exploded, the signal fading into silence. The team reached the ship just as Council forces closed in. Aaron shouted, Take off, we're not finished yet. The ship blasted into space, leaving the chaos behind. Is it over? Mira asked, breathing hard. Zane shook his head. The Council will try again, but for now, the galaxy is free. Aaron looked out at the stars, hope shining in his eyes. We've won this battle, but the war for freedom goes on. The galaxy was quieter now, but the silence felt strange, heavy, as if danger was hiding in the shadows. Captain Aaron knew the Council had suffered a serious blow when their mind control signal was destroyed, but he also knew they would strike back harder than ever. In the war room aboard their ship, Mira studied a holographic map of known Council movements. They've gone dark in half the sectors, she said. That's not retreat, that's preparation. Zane stood with his arms crossed. I've seen this before. They're gathering forces for one final strike, something massive. Aaron leaned over the map. Where? Zane tapped a blinking point on the edge of the display. Here, the Obsidian Rift. Remote, dangerous, almost impossible to scan. If I were planning a last stand, that's where I'd be, Myra frowned. But that place is a death trap. Black holes, unstable asteroids. You go in there, you don't come out. Aaron's voice was calm but unshakable. Then that's where we go. The journey to the rift was tense. Space grew darker and more twisted, with gravity pulling the ship in unpredictable directions. The crew worked in silence, every vibration of the hull reminding them of the danger. Finally, they reached a massive shadow floating among the asteroids, a hidden fortress carved into the side of a drifting rock. That's it, Zane said quietly. The Council's last weapon. They moved closer, shields up, scanners running. But before they could get within range, a bright flare lit the darkness. Missiles! Mira shouted. The ship shook violently as explosions tore through space. Enemy fighters swarmed like hornets, their ships sleek and deadly. Evasive maneuvers. Aaron ordered, We need to get inside that fortress before they overwhelm us. The pilot spun the ship hard, weaving through debris. Mira fired back, taking out 2 fighters, but more replaced them instantly. We can't keep this up, Zane yelled. We need another plan. Aaron's eyes locked on a small maintenance hatch on the fortress's surface. There, get us. Close enough, and we go in on foot. The ship slid dangerously near the fortress wall, scraping metal as they docked. Aaron, Mira, and Zane suited up, armed and ready. Inside, the corridors were dim and cold, the air filled with the hum of massive engines. Stay quiet, Aaron whispered. We don't know how many guards there are. They crept forward, but halfway down the hall, a voice called out. Well, well, came the mocking tone. Commander Dallin stepped into the light, flanked by armed soldiers. The famous rebels. I should thank you for coming here. Now I can end this war myself. Aaron glared. Your war ends today, Dallin. Dallin smirked. You think you've stopped us? This fortress is armed with a Nova cannon. One shot, and you're free, Galaxy. Burns. Before Dallin could give the order, Mira tossed a smoke charge, filling the hall with blinding white fog. Move! Aaron shouted. They rushed forward, fighting through the confusion. Zane tackled a guard, Aaron disarmed another, and Mira pushed toward the control room. Inside. Glowing panels displayed the countdown to the cannon's activation. 3 minutes. Zane said, panic in his voice. Aaron began overriding the system while Myra and Zane held the door against incoming guards. Blaster fire lit the room, sparks raining down from the ceiling. 2 minutes. Aaron's hands moved faster, bypassing locks, cutting power lines. The room shook as the fortress's engines roared. 1 minute. Mira shouted. Aaron slammed his hand on the final control, shutting down the cannon. The countdown froze at 10 seconds. It's done, he called, but Dallin's voice came over the loudspeakers, cold and furious. You may have stopped the cannon, but you won't leave here alive. Explosions rocked the walls. The fortress was self-destructing. Time to go. Zane yelled. They ran through the collapsing corridors, flames and debris chasing them. The docking bay came into view just as the outer wall tore apart. Jump! Aaron shouted. They leapt into their ship, sealing the hatch as the pilot launched away from the fortress. Behind them, the obsidian rift lit up with the blinding explosion of the fortress's destruction. Mira collapsed into her seat, breathing hard. That was too close. Aaron looked at the stars ahead. The Council's weapon is gone. They're weakened. But this fight isn't over until the galaxy is truly free. Zane managed a tired smile. Then we finish what we started. The stars stretched before them, the future uncertain but filled with possibility. The war was not over, but neither was their hope. The stars outside the ship shone cold and distant as Captain Aaron stood silently on the bridge. The battle had ended, the Council's last fortress destroyed, but the cost was heavy. The crew moved quietly, worn from the endless fight. We've lost many good people, Mira said softly, joining Aaron. Is it really over? Aaron shook his head slowly. The Council is broken, but not finished. Their reach still runs deep. Zane stepped forward, holding a small data pad. I've intercepted new transmissions. The Council's leaders have scattered. Some seek peace. Others plot revenge. Then we must find those who want peace, Aaron said firmly. We can rebuild, but only if we unite the galaxy. Mira glanced at the view screen, where images of distant worlds flickered. But how? The fear and anger run deep. Many have suffered too much. Aaron looked into the stars. We start with trust, one planet at a time. Suddenly, alarms blared. The ship shook violently. Enemy ships. The pilot shouted. They're attacking. Aaron's heart raced. Prepare for battle. Shield up, weapons ready. The crew moved quickly, but the attackers were fast and fierce. Lasers cut through space, striking the hull. Where are they coming from? Mira asked, eyes wide. Unknown, the pilot replied. No signals, no calls for help. They hit and vanish. Aaron clenched his fists. Ghost fighters. We're dealing with a new threat. As the battle raged, Aaron's console beeped. Incoming message, encrypted. Aaron opened it. The screen showed a masked figure. Captain Aaron, the voice. Sighed. I am Commander Sierra. I represent a secret group fighting against the Council's shadow. Aaron narrowed his eyes. What do you want? Sierra's voice was calm but urgent. We offer help. Together, we can end the Council's dark legacy. But time is running out. Aaron exchanged looks with Mira and Zane. This could be the key to lasting peace or a trap. Send your coordinates, Aaron said cautiously. We'll meet you. As the battle faded and the enemy withdrew, Aaron felt a new sense of purpose. The war had scarred the galaxy, but maybe, just maybe, it could heal. Mira smiled faintly. Hope is a dangerous thing, Aaron smiled back. But it's the only thing worth fighting for. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, full of danger, mystery, and the promise of a new beginning.